Hi, everyone. Linda Israel here. Thank you so much for being here during my live stream. I greatly appreciate your support. I've pre-recorded this so that we can have some of the behind the scenes done while you listen to me for just a moment. I again want to thank you so very much for being here during my live stream. If you could give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends so that they can come join us. And if you will also give me a comment in the comment section after this video is done, and then definitely speak up in the chat and say hi. Lastly, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Now, if you're watching this as a replay, generally, if you're on a computer, you can go down below and look for the little gear. You can change that and make the speed faster. If you're on a mobile device, look up in the corner, up in this area for 3 little dots, and you can change the speed there as well. Those of you that are here live, do definitely speak up in the chat. I greatly appreciate you being here. Well, those that are here live earn a virtual currency. Junkie Joe should be coming up here in just a moment, and you'll be able to check how many bucks that you have. What are bucks? They're junk bucks. It's just a virtual point system that I have created on my account when we're live so that you can redeem those once you get to 2,000 for a $10 off coupon to my shop. So you can type exclamation point bucks to see how many that you have. And if you have 2,000 and you're ready for a coupon code, type exclamation point award, and my official note takers will take down that information. Now, if you haven't already created an account on my website at lindaisrael.com, please do so, and then send me a message through the contact form letting me know what your YouTube username is. Why? So I'll have your email address and I can email you your coupon code. Also, if you make a donation throughout this live stream, you can be added to my YouTube donators membership that I have on my website. So again, create an account, say, hey, Linda, I donated, and tell me what your username is on YouTube if it's different. That way I can get you added to that. At the end of this stream, I will have journals made, and you will have the opportunity to win one of those journals. Throughout the live stream, we'll have some various raffles, and we also have in-chat games. So be looking out for that in the chat, and I'll kind of speak it up when I get to it. For example, if you type exclamation point raffle, right now you can be in a chance to win 200 junk bucks. So you'll be well on your way to getting 2,000 junk bucks. Normally, Robin is my official note taker. Sometimes Angelica is my official note taker. It kind of depends on what's going on. These are members and administrators of my Facebook group, the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, we'd love to have you come and join us over there. What else? Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. Hey, if you have a question, try to put it in all caps. That way I'll see it. If I don't see it, please don't be offended. The chat sometimes moves fast, and I'm usually looking down trying to create things. So please ask again. But if you know the answer that someone else's question, please go ahead and answer for them. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see, what else? Oh, if you have a YouTube channel, you can't post your link, but you can say, I have a YouTube channel, and tell us a little bit about it. Tell us your channel name, something like that. Tell us what you do. We're going to get started here in just a moment. I'm looking at the time. So roughly 5 minutes is when I'll get started. So it should be just a few more seconds. So definitely hang out in the chat, and we'll get started here in just a moment. Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here today. Hey, if you haven't already, join the raffle by typing !raffle. And we were just talking about allergies, and now I need to bum my nose, so pardon me. Oh, my nose just all of a sudden started to run. Welcome, everybody. So glad to have you here. So glad to have you be a part of my live stream today. Robin is having new computer stuff going on, so she may have, and her old computer's got problems, so hopefully it'll be okay. Hey, Norella, I've missed talking to you. I haven't wanted to bother you. Every time I thought, I'm like, no, I'll bug her, and she doesn't want to talk to me right now. I know she's busy. So hey, we need to chat, just to chat. So if you're not busy, give me a call. Not today. Oh no, Julie, don't be punching buttons. Okay, so enter the raffle. Thank you so much. And Giovanna just said she is my first customer of my handmade papers. She got them in the mail, and she says they were perfect. So thank you, Giovanna. I appreciate that feedback that you like them. And so I'm showing you, these are some of the papers that I've made that I have in my shops. These were too much gunk in them, and I didn't have enough to make a set, but I had some of the gray paper and the paper with the threads. Oh, my camera's acting up again. The pink paper, and then this is kind of a teal blue. And I had my press too hot, so it kind of burnt it. But that's what some of my papers look like. We're going to do some sewing today. So Giovanna, thank you so much for this little sewing lamb. So I'm giving you the heads up right off the bat. What I'm going to do today is something a little bit different. I'm going to make the cover first. And I thought I would do it that way if you share this video with somebody and they want to come in and watch at least that part of the tutorial. Yes, there's chatting and whatnot, but I think it's enough that if I did it at the beginning, I understand people are busy and you can't stay till the entire video all the time, but you might enjoy seeing my little wrap journal today. So what I've done is I have picked out some fabric that I happen to have a scrap of. Really, it was something random, clothing was cut out of it, I think. And I don't know if this was in a batch that I picked up through my quilt guild that I used to go to all the time, which I haven't met with them in over a year. Yes, Norella, handmade papers. Yes, yes, I did make the paper, Norella. I've got a video and everything. Ah, I had a commercial. Thank you, Giovanna. Like, YouTube's been a pain. Hey, Casey. Hey, Margie. So glad to have you here. Thank you, Julie. So this was a scrap, and I was digging through my stash, and I happened to have some canvas, and I happen to have some lace that I thought looked really pretty over the top of this fabric, because sometimes fabrics can be really whoa in your face. So I thought this kind of tones it down just a little bit. And my idea is I want it to wrap around my journal, and we're going to make a planner journal today. I've pretty much got all the pages ready. We're going to do one fancy page. Y'all are really going to have an opportunity to kind of shout out what you want made. Yeah, do check it out. So I've got a pile of things. Maybe I should show you that because I want you to be thinking about it. So I have a book page here. And then I have some scraps of Calico Collage papers, some of my mop-up papers, wallpaper. This is a mop-up paper. I've got a gel print. I have some thicker 2 pieces of paper of Tattered Angels painted papers that we could write on, because although on camera it looks like that's darker, it's really not as dark, and so you can write on top of it. Here's a gel print. I've got some more painted papers. This was a Tattered Angels painted paper, so it's got a couple designs, and then these are just scraps. So here's what I want y'all to do. I want you to think about, oh, and I have a napkin. here. And I have a piece of this handmade paper that was really too thin to be its own page. Even though you can write on it and it doesn't bleed through, I thought maybe we could tear pieces of that and put on there. So if there's a technique or something that you want to see made onto a page, shout it out. And if I have the stuff, that's what we're going to do today. So y'all think about that. What do you want to see? Thank you, Morgan. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Julie. Kind of tell me what you want to see. You want to see a pocket. You want to see a pocket that, I don't know, that has multiple, just tell me what you want. An idea. I have some ideas, but I don't want to give them to you. I want you to kind of shout out a little bit about what you know that I make, and we're going to make a journal. So this is a journal I already had made that I thought, well, I put a cover on it and I would offer it as part of a two journals today possible. So here's one where I made a pocket that went this way. And I made a journal card that's actually a big giant tag. So yeah, if there's something you want to see tutorial-wise, speak up. Love the colors. Thank you. So this is what I want to do. This part of my journal is going to go in here, and I want to wrap this around. Now I know that this is too long, but I've got a plan for that. So I kind of went by how tall my journal is, and I'm not going to give you exact measurements because you may do it differently, but I'll give you general, okay, just generally. My journal inside is 8.5 tall by 5.5 wide. So I made my fabric just slightly taller, not much, but just a little bit taller. Probably should have gone just a little bit more because of what I want to do with this, but we'll see. Maybe it works, maybe it won't. And I'm telling you all this, you can kind of see the thought process behind how I got here. So what I want to do is have this come up where it overlaps just a little bit over the pages, just a tiny amount, and then this will flip back. But I also decided that maybe the reason why this flap's so big is we're going to put another journal in there. So I want to also put in here some chipboard that I'm going to poke holes into to make a Midori cover. And my thought was, by putting the chipboard inside, it would give it a stiffer spine. So kind of think like a hardback book, which has a spine in it. Well, this is fabric, and I didn't want it to be all floppy, loosey-goosey. I wanted it to have a little bit of structure. So I've got 3 pieces of some chipboard that I cut at 8 or 9 inches and probably 1.5 inches. And I've got an extra piece in the middle that I thought, well, it's smaller. I'll just go ahead and glue that in the middle. So what that'll do is kind of give me a little bit more strength down the center of my spine. So now I'm going to come in here, and I'm just sandwiching together 3 pieces of chipboard. And this I'm going to put inside my journal cover. All right, so I know that my sewing machine can sew through that thickness. I'm not worried about that. What I want to do is I want to measure from this edge and come in about 5, probably 5 3/4, because that will give me enough, in theory, that when I pull this up around, it comes past my journal cover just a little bit. So I'm going to put my ruler down at about 5 3/4, and then we're going to glue this down. Window page flip out. Window page. So, okay. You want a page that has a window in it that flips out, right? Thank you, Narella, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to put this right here. I'm going to set this out of the way. I don't need it now. All right, so now what I want to do is I've got this glued into place. I have another piece of fabric, and what I want to do is kind of lightly glue this together so that when I go to sew, it's all in place. But I also want to make sure this spine area has a nice amount of glue over it. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in the middle here. Now, I just realized that I think I want to put a pocket on the inside here. Because I think a pocket would be good here. So, do I want the pocket to be fabric flexible? So I was looking at this fabric. What if we made a pocket out of this pink that went right inside here on our journal page? Do you like that pink? Or I could just use like I have a little thing of pockets and such. This one isn't very big, but we could do something like that. I could make a pocket like that one, or even use one of those on the inside. Yes, there is a piece of canvas. So there's a piece of canvas here, and then I'm going to have another piece of fabric, and I'll have a piece of lace. Pink. No to the pink pattern. Okay. Then I have this, which is just a piece of canvas. And I have a little bit of this fabric. So what if I were to cut this? Let me see. I need my tools. All right, so this measures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be, let's cut off about, I should have measured from the other way, but I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. Well, apparently I like to cut my ruler. So it happens when you're sitting down. Okay, I'm just using my rotary cutter. And so what if I put this on here? Made a little jagged. And then I saw, what did I do with it? What if we put a little piece of lace across there? Will that work for you? All right, so I'm going to go to the sewing machine and stitch across the top here. I don't think it needs to have this stitched down. Just going to stitch across the top right there. So let's go to the sewing cam. All right. Did I give you like that, Julie? Okay. We had to get it going. Sometimes I got to think about it a little bit. So it's going to have a shabby feel to it. Okay? So it's going to be kind of shabby across there. All right, so we're going to get rid of this pink. And I don't need those. And let's put the ruler back up. We used a piece of lace. So now what I need to do is look at this again. And I want to sew this into place. So I'm just kind of looking at it. All right, so I want to come in from here. So I'm just going to go back to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch down this side. And I think I may move it up so that when I stitch through all the layers, I can stitch on top of here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to get my pins. I got a pin! Normally I glue it, but today I just want to, well, if I can get it. There we go. How is everybody? I started to say at the beginning, I've had a headache for a week now. It's like terrible. All right. Sometimes you have to think about it a lot, Sam. Sewing cam. All right, so I'm going to sew down this edge where the pocket is. And I'm doing it, this is the inside of my journal. That way, when I put my front cover piece on, you won't see those stitches. Yeah, allergies, headache. It's been awful. Okay. Go back here. All right. We're getting there. Okay. It's like that one wanted to stick. All right, so I'm going to flip this over. And now I've got this fabric that's going to go inside here. And did I glue that yet? No, I did not. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. I don't need a lot. I'm just wanting it enough that it'll kind of stick together a little bit. I'm going to do the same here. Make sure I'm all lined up. Oh, thank you so much, Morgan, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so you've seen so far, I've got a piece of fabric. I have a piece of canvas. Now I'm putting down another piece of fabric. This is my outside of the cover. I had just enough of this fabric that I thought, well, why not use it to do both sides? And I thought, well, let's make it a little more shabby. You know, it's all these leftover pieces. This was Grandma's dress that you just loved, but it was in pieces, and you thought you would make a journal cover out of it. You know, think about the things you have and how you would use them. Okay, so now I've got this piece of lace that I cut, and I want to look at it, see which is the right side. Okay, this is the right side. So we're going to lay that out. Okay, so this is going to be my outside. So now what I need to decide is, do I want to just pin it? Yeah, I guess we'll kind of pin it in a couple of places so it won't shift on me too much. And keep it from shifting. That's the goal. So I'm just pinning it together because of the lace. I could put glue down. It's just going to take it a while. All right, so I'm looking at this again. This is my inside front cover. This is going to be my flap back here. And I think what I want to do is I made a strap already. And you've seen this before. Is that this is, thank you. Thank you so much, Nadine, for your donation. This is a piece of that same fabric. And this is a piece of that same lace that I used on the front cover here. Okay. And I just did a strip that's like 45 inches wide. I'm over here. I know it's too long than what I really need it to be, but my goal is if I do it like this, and this is going to go here, I need this to come out like that here in the middle. So I'm going to flip this back. I'm going to find the middle. I'm going to pin it. I don't even need to go that far in. I don't know why I was thinking I need to go that far in, but I don't. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch, just making sure my layers are all. I'm going to stitch right down this edge, but I'm going to stitch from this side because that's going to be the right side when I flip it around. I know, this is going to sound weird, but I think I got it right. I think. Yeah, because I need to do that. Then this is going to go. Oh no, I remember now. That's what I was going to do. I was trying to remember how was I going to do this. I folded it up so that when I fold this over, I want it to be the same depth. I'm going to make a pocket. So I want it to be like that. To come up to here. Alright, so I need to go like this. So if I sew that onto here, like that, flip this up, that becomes a little pocket across here. And then this is going like that. And this will wrap around. Did I lose you yet? I need to have a sewing class online, so teaching y'all the different ways. Okay, so I want to take this piece, stick it in here, fold this up, fold this up. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is stick this piece right here and pin it. We're going to stitch down this line across here, and then I'm going to fold this up and stitch it in place so it looks pretty right there for when we do the fold. Okay, I know that sounds weird, but that's what we're going to do. Okay. You're lost, Morgan. I'm sewing. I'm sewing. In fact, I may just do this. Isn't that what I want to do? No, because then you'll have that look right there. I don't think I want that. I think I want it to come straight. Okay. Oh, I forgot, y'all. So I have sandwiched together several layers of fabric, and I'm making just a giant rectangle. We've added some pockets, or a pocket, and I'm about to add another pocket here in just a moment. So I just stitched down this edge, okay? And then what I'm going to do is kind of fold this up to figure out where I want to go. And I think it's to right there. So I'm going to stitch through this. It's several layers, so. All right, and then I want to rotate. And then I want to rotate. Ah, come on. Ouch. All right. So I folded that back upon itself. I don't need this little piece right here, so I'm going to cut it off. Because now what I'm going to do is we're going to fold this over. And I'm going to pin this together. And then I'm going to sew on this outside edge all the way around. I'm going to do it from the outside. But I'm not going to sew here on this edge. I don't think. I'm going to look at it. That would really make that pocket really narrow. Let's look here. Okay, so let's look at this. Maybe I need to change. Okay, so we're going to have a Midori style spine here. This is going to flip over here, and then that'll wrap around. Well, if I go any deeper on that pocket, then we don't have much of a wrap on this front side. So I think this is where we're going to start it. So I'm just going to stitch here and here. And maybe it won't ever really be a deep pocket. We'll go ahead and stitch down this edge, so it just has the same decorative touch. You got distracted? So great, Deborah says. Thank you, Nadine, and Margie, and Morgan, and Norella for your donations. You like that? Okay, you like that idea? You see where I'm going with it? Does it help you kind of figure out how it puts together? How to put it together? All right, so let's go back over here. Let me get in the picture so you're not looking at the back of my head completely. So I'm just going to stitch on top here, and this will help kind of finish off the edge, and it serves a purpose of holding things together. Now I'm using black thread in mine. You know, you can use ivory, do whatever you need to, or you like to, or whatever you have. I'm going to take this pin out. And then we're going to sew across the top, making sure I have it all nice and neat. I have to adjust it. It's a little bit easier to get up under the sewing machine because I'm not using, you know, all that chipboard. Okay, so now when I'm getting to the chipboard, I'm going to go really slow. Going through that chipboard. And the chipboard that I use was leftovers from when I made a whole big batch of Midori covers. And I save that stuff. Yes, I do. So I happen to have a little basket in my closet that I dug through. And I was like, oh, I've got these strips of chipboard. I wonder if those would work. Okay. Make sure I don't have a wrinkle going on. Come on. All right. And go to the corner here. And rotate. We're almost done. think I'm going to do one more thing. Come on, don't get caught up on me now. Keep a sewing. I think I want to go ahead and stitch down the spine. I think it would look good with the stitches right here on the edge. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to line this up with my machine. And I know you can't see it, but I can kind of see where the line is. And I'm just going to stitch really close to the edge of this chipboard. And I'm going really slow. I'm speeding up just a little bit because I feel like this is working pretty good. It doesn't act like it's angry at me trying to stitch through this. But do test on your sewing machine before you start sewing. Get out a scrap and try to sew through it slowly, carefully. Don't just go at it the first time out the gate, because my luck, your luck, you'll break a needle. It'll be not so pretty. So test. Okay, I'm liking this. And you know what I forgot to do, y'all? I forgot to bring my elastic in here for my Midori cover. But what I'm going to do is put this back over here. And is it time? Do I need to be paying attention? Oh, well, I did get this caught up just a little bit, but it's all right. So, as you can see, that's finished off here, okay? And then we flip this over. This wraps around, and it wraps around more than necessary. So, we can cut some of that off so that it's not quite so insane. Let's see. I think you want to go twice. Do you want to go twice or once? No, you go twice, because then you have this strap that you can flip through. No, we'll leave it like that. We'll leave it that long. Okay. Yeah, the needle broke for the first time. Yeah. You never make your machine mad at you. I agree with that statement. I happen to have a pen, and I thought the pen fits in here in the pocket, so that when you wrap your journal, you have your pen in here. I don't know how well it'll stay. May have to, I should have put a loop in there. I don't know. And you could also wrap it when you wrap the journal like this. Okay, so I need to go grab my elastic. Yes, so that I can make that portion. And I think I did pretty good. This is going to be pretty sturdy. Okay, so y'all, let's see what's going on. Broken needle. All right, y'all like that? All right, get in on the raffle, and I'm going to be right back with my elastic. Okay, I'm back. I've been making kits to go with my dragonfly, dancing dragonfly Midori cover kit where you can make your own cover, and I was cutting the elastic, and that's why it was in the other room. It wasn't where it's supposed to be. Okay. Up and poofed. Evoke elevator music. All right, it's time for the raffle. Let's see here. All right, we'll do this. So this is some random stuff. I put, if it fit in the Ziploc bag, it kind of went in. So here's what we've got. We've got, this was leftover papers from when I did a tutorial on stamping and creating a journal card. So these are all the leftover papers that I had. Even some craft color. There's even some envelopes. Oh, and you've got the 2 journal cards that I made. The sample, and then the journal card that I made for the tutorial. So I thought I'd give that away to y'all. And then this is an altar paper clip. So this all goes together. We're going to do this raffle in just a moment. So we're going to give away first 200 junk bucks. Hello! How are you, baby girl? Open poof. Ta-da! All right, let's pick a winner. 200 junk bucks, and that winner is Janice Brammer. Congratulations! All right, so we're going to do, what is that? Vintage stamped card and stuff. So vintage stamped card and stuff. So y'all get in on the raffle for that. I'm just on this, and this is a mop-up paper that has some gold gold Tattered Angels on it. All right, so I'm going to put that up here. So I've got our covers started. What I need to do now is mark where I want my holes punched. I'm getting my template out that I use for making journals. And I'm going to get a pen. Oh, thank you so much, Tanya, for your donation. All right, so we're going to make sure that we're at the top and the bottom here. And I'm going to make 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come down here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm just making sure that I have the right hole, which is the smaller one. It is the, what does it say? It doesn't say. It's like a 1/4 inch, I think. No, not a 1/4. It's an 1/8. So I'm just going to punch with my crocodile, and it goes through all those layers without any issue. Okay. Okay. So this is the inside. So we're going to start from the inside and poke to the outside. We're going to come down to the bottom middle. I think that's right. Yeah. I'm going to go across. I go up here. And then this hole is snug and has a visitor, so we got to poke it down inside. So I'm going to get my craft pick. Come on now. Don't hide from me. I'm going to use my craft pick to kind of poke that it's too big for a needle. So you just kind of have to help it. Okay. So now we're back up here. So we need to go, trying to pull it just a little bit tighter. We're going to go back through this hole here. Come on. 2 tight spots. Oh, I had it and then it stuck to my poker. Don't stick to me. Don't stick to me now. There we go. And then this one should go through quite easily because it's just the hole, but my end is all damaged. Can't have that. Okay. Woo, we got a miss. All right, so now we're left with this one. That's what's left. And I'm just going to take it and somewhat pull it together, not too tight because I don't want the spine to bow. So I'll kind of look at it and say, oh, right about there. Whoop, that's too much. Nope, too much. Since I just did a easy knot, it should just come right out. Right? Of course, you can't get a hold of it. And we're live, people. We're live. Oh, well, I'm going to fix that later. But that's the gist of it. We have our bands here, and I'll just tighten this up a little bit, and we'll be able to slip our journal in here. Then we have our wrap that we can put on here. So now we need to make the journal that goes inside. All right, so I need to go over that one more time. So I had 2 rectangles that are approximately 9 inches tall by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it was 9 by 18 in size. I put 2 pieces of coordinating fabrics on either side of a piece of canvas. But before I did that, I took a 1.5 inch strip, 2 strips, plus a 1/3 smaller strip, and glued that down the middle here, approximately 5 3/4 inches from the edge. Then we made the pocket and stitched it down right here after stitching this piece. Then we put down the other fabric and the lace. We went all the way around the perimeter, but first we made this little pocket and put the tab here so that when we get this side, it's the right side up. Okay. So that is going to be our journal today. And I heard they wanted to see a window flip out. So how about all right. Let me grab some transparency film. Actually, I'm going to use this sticker sheet. I'm just going to use this sticker sheet. It has stickers on it. We're going to use that as our window because that's cycling up what we need, right? And I had a book page. Let's get that out. Here we go. I have this piece of painted paper. So what if we make basically kind of a little frame? Let's see how big this piece of paper is. It's almost 8.5 inches tall. But how wide is it? It is almost exactly the same width as a page, and it would need to be a little bit shorter for us to use it as a flip. But maybe what I can do is if I sew it directly onto a page. Is that what I need to do? No, I have to have, it has to have its own page. So what if I sew it onto a piece of wallpaper that then allows it to fold over the page? Yeah? You follow me? Do you see what I'm cooking? So I'm going to cut this piece to be no more than 8.5, and it already is, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'm going to go to the sewing machine, and we're going to stitch. Do we want to stitch on top or behind? No, on top. So we're going to stitch on top right down this edge of the plastic so that we'll have that window, okay? How long is the elastic? In my kit, I think it's like 48 inches or something like that. I believe that's what it tells you in the kit. If you need to know how long the elastic was right off the head, I can't remember. I think it's like 48 inches. Thank you, Sam, for your donation. All right, let's go over here to the sewing machine. And I'm going to sew, just kind of lining it up. And I want it over far enough that when I go to fold it over the edge of the page, that hopefully I've got it in such a way. I need to come up just a tad. Okay. So I'm using a piece of wallpaper, and I'm using a sticker sheet that I've been peeling stickers. Oops, I might have kept stuck. Peeling stickers off of, and I haven't used them all. And I thought, well, why not? All right, so that's what I did. I basically just gave myself a way to make this into a hinge on my page. Okay, let's go back over here. All right. So this piece is going to somehow attach to the page that we're going to be able to wrap around. I don't know yet which way I want to do it, so probably something like fold that over. What if this was to be glued there? And then this piece will flip out. Okay? So you follow what I did? Now I want to make sure that this doesn't interfere with the spine of my journal. And if it did, I would go ahead and stitch on there. You know what I could do? Is I've got some of this handmade paper. And what if we were to stitch it? I should have put it on before I stitched this down, because then you would have it here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to use my ruler. And we're going to pull it out just a tad because I don't want it sticking out too far. And I'm using the edge of the sticker as my guide. And we're just going to tear it. So we'll still have that deckled edge, and we're using a piece of that fancy paper. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my sewing machine. I don't want to. I think I'm going to glue it. We're going to glue it as soon as I find the glue. So I'm just going to glue in the back of the stitches here. Kind of come in just a tad. And then trying to make sure that I'm within my plastic piece. I think that'll work because I'm going to glue this down on the page, and then this will flip out. So you won't see this portion because it'll be glued to the other piece of paper. Yeah, okay. If you're really concerned, you could have cut this a little bit longer. Okay, I'm just going to dry it real fast. He listened. Okay. So here we are so far. I'm creating a flip out. I call this a window. It may not be, but I call this a window. And I really need to sew this down because it's going to do that to me. And that's not what I want. Okay, so I'm going to glue another piece of paper over the top of that. That's what I'm going to do. So it's not going to be seen on this side. So it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's not going to be seen. So I'm just going to cut about a 1/2 inch strip. And what I'll do is I'll glue that on here. I'm trying to make sure that this stays together. And because it's such thin paper, I don't want it to be weak. So this is my way of just giving it a little bit more strength there. Okay, so this is going to be our flip out. We're going to put it on the edge of our page. We couldn't have the fancy paper sticking out too far because this is our spine. It's going to go this way and out. Okay? So, if that's going to go here on this page, I want to make sure this is dry. That's going to go there. I could, in theory, make this a pocket. So what if we were to add another piece of paper just so it's a little bit deeper on this side? How about, what do I have here? I'm trying to see what I've got that could be used. Oh, here we go. What if I took a piece of this to add to the other to make a little bit deeper pocket? So, how about we've got here 1.25 inches. So let's do 1.5 inches. Okay, so we've got 1.5 inches. And then we're going to cut this at 8.5 inches. And then try to decide, do I want to go that way or this way? And I think this way to make our little pocket. So this is just using the scraps I had, trying to configure a way to utilize everything and make a cool pocket. Okay. I'm just going to add some distress inks. The wallpaper, you have to work a little bit harder at to get the distress to show up. And if you spend just a little bit of time. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put just a quick bead of glue right here. And then let's stitch this together in a moment. So that's going to be a pocket here. We're going to go to the sewing machine in just a moment and stitch right down there. So we need something to go back here for some writing space, possibly. So I'm just kind of looking around here. Oh, I've got... Do we want to do more pink in the middle? I have this we could use as a pocket on this side over here. I'm using a lot of pinks. So what if maybe I've got some more of this handmade paper. Maybe we could tear this, just getting rid of that edge. So that would be our pocket. And then we just need a little something up here in this corner. I kind of like that. That kind of repeats this pattern onto this side of the page. And I could even cut it to where it lines up so it looks like I went around the page like that. That's kind of interesting. And then I've got a strip of some paper that I made. And I bet you if I cut this strip off here, I can glue it right here. Or I have one more little piece of that I could put. That might be interesting too. Okay, so here's what we're going to do first is I'm going to trim this piece just even with the edge here, because I think that's going to be enough. And then this piece, I need it to go from here to there or vice versa. So I'm going to line it up. So if I line that up there, I need to cut it right here. So I don't need all that extra in there. Okay. And so over here, I'm just going to look at it again. That's going to be in the corner. That should be like that. And I don't need this whole big piece, so I'm just going to cut that piece off. Okay. So let's apply some distress inks to this portion. We're going to be assembling a complicated page, let me tell you. All right, so this is going to go across the top here. This so happens to match when you have it going the right direction, Linda. So that matches, and technically I should have made this the bottom of my page instead of my top, because I could have made this a pocket up here, and maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll only glue it on the edge here. I'm thinking about stitching, so I think what I want to do is stitch this down, but I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece into place. Okay. That's going to go there. That's going to go over the top of, no, go under the bottom. See, I have to think about it sometimes what I want to do. You know, I want that paper to be seen. I think I want to put it on top. So we need to glue this piece down, and I need to glue this piece down. So I'm looking at it, I think right about there. So I'm going to take my glue and put some glue down. Right about in here. Flipping that back. Yep, looks like it's going to cover that. I'm going to trim it off as soon as I find my scissors. All right. That was the Quilted Starburst. Quilted Starburst. And this one's the Daisy stencil. All right, so this is going to go here. Okay. This piece is going to go here. So I need a piece to fill in right there. Okay, so I'll glue that down. I'm just filling in all the spots, okay? That's all I'm doing. So this piece is going to go right here. So do I need to put something right along this edge? I think I do. So I have this scrap. So if I glue that down, then it kind of gives me a nice little frame here. And then we're going to have this pocket on top. So I'm going to go ahead and snip this. And then we're going to glue that down. I don't really need to put this on there, but I'm going to anyway. I think that's what I want, is right in the middle. Yeah. So I'm just going to glue this down. The quilt one, yeah. That's the Quilted Starburst. I want to go this way. Okay, so this is going to go on top. So I want to glue this piece down. I don't know if I can get, oh, I get a little bit of distress. I wasn't sure. This paper is so thin. It was ripping really easily when I first started playing with it. Now it seems to be okay. All right. So we're going to glue that down right in here. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to go to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch. Okay, so right about there. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to stitch across here because this is going to be my tuck spot this way. And then we're going to stitch this down across here, here, and here. We're going to stitch across here and across there. And then we're going to attach this piece. Actually, we need to do this first because I want to attach this as one piece here in just a moment. So we're going to stitch on this piece first, and then we're going to stitch on this piece. So, where'd it go? Sewing cam. Thank you, Janice, for your donation. Thank you, Irma. Thank you, Sam, Tanya, Nadine, Margie, Morgan, and Norella for your donations. Okay, let's go over here. So you're kind of seeing how the thought process comes. Sometimes it takes me a little while to think about what I want to do. You know, it's trying to show y'all something different can make me sit and think and think and think and think, and then I'm like, I'm not getting anything done. So today I thought, well, I'm just gonna put out some things and try to see how can I use just what's in front of me, just a few select things. Yeah, I did curate the items, but pretty much it was just what I had on hand. All right, so we stitched on this piece. So now I need to stitch across here on this piece. All right, so we've got all these pieces. So let's go back to the main camera and here. And I should probably stitch it on the bottom, but that could be a problem. So what if instead we just glue it? Because if I don't glue it, we won't be able to flip it. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to flip it this way. And I'm only going to put glue right here down this spine area and a little bit up the side. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny amount. Just enough so my paper doesn't shift. All right, so I need to lay this in here and not go beyond the fold so that when this is folded over, it's not too far from in here, okay? So you just kind of have to look at how you're putting this together. And now we've got this whole page that we'll be able to decorate here in just a moment, okay? So we're on this side. Then I'm going to take this piece, and it's going to go across here. And then we're going to stitch up this side, and this side right in here. So we'll have those decorative stitches. Thank you, Margarita, for your donation. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue around here. Does that make sense? Are you following me? You know, I'm using the scraps that I have. And I'm just putting it down. I almost forgot to put that under the flap. So I'm glad I just only had a small amount of glue. So it just popped right up. Okay. So we're going to stitch across here. We're going to stitch across here. And then we're going to stitch across this area here. Because you'll see part of it behind the pocket. I didn't go all the way to the corner. Maybe I'll add a little piece here to the corner. Yeah, that fills it in. Fill it in. No voids here. There. That way I'll stitch across here. We'll have that decorative touch. Okay? Lots of sewing today. All right, so we're going to go back to the sewing machine. I'm going to start on this side and then stitch from this corner here across to where the paper ends. Does that make sense? Okay. Then I'm going to come down here and just kind of start and then rotate and then stitch up this side. Trying to gently move my papers around. I know I'm not with y'all much today. I'm thinking a lot about what I'm making and I'm not looking at the chat. It's probably time for another raffle, isn't it? All right, then we're going up the home stretch on this side. All right. You saw what we did, right? Oh my goodness, what a mess. All right, this is live, y'all. Okay. So now this is a pocket, okay? We've got writing space here, so I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. So we have some writing space. We have an upper tuck spot, and we have a pocket for the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this into place. So glad you could be here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sharon, hello. Oh, I hope you feel good soon. Sending your prayers. You like the idea of putting the pages together like this? I mean, you know, again, this is kind of what I do prior to the live stream, is I will look at my supplies and try to make something. Oh, we're out of camera shot again. Try to make an example of what I have, but sometimes it's a little bit more fun to be totally spontaneous. Can't even speak. All right, so we need maybe some, how about a butterfly? This is one of the Butterfly Beauties cube. So I got a little butterfly, and I've got this fabric. I don't know if I want that. We've got, how about I Am Enough? If we put that up here, we can even do it cattywampus, but let's do this. I kind of like that. Can you see that? Let's zoom in and see. You see that? I Am Enough. You think that looks good? So what if, do we glue it, or do we need to add stitches to it? So I'm going to glue this piece down to the fabric at least. Do we want to stitch around it? Be a tight stitch. I think would be easier just to glue it down right there. Oh yes, Sharon, Robin is the one that's assigned with the quotes. I started it many years ago, sharing quotes on my channel, and when Robin agreed to be my helper, I said, would you mind picking quotes? I said, we want inspirational quotes. Love it, just glue it. Okay, I'm gluing it. So thank you, Robin, for always quoting those. Okay, wait, there's more. Just because. What do I got here? I have a big giant bling. How's that? Bling! You got some bling, and I cannot lie. Oh, sorry. All right. Oh, and then I've got this little journal card that I made. And, you know, somebody was asking for other than journal card for writing. So here is a chipboard piece that was left over from those tear off. And this was a mop-up paper. I stamped on the front one. I stitched it across. And so now we have this little mini notepad, which that kind of fits. So this is from the Thoughts Cube. And this is from the floral, petite floral. Oh, I forgot what I called them. Dainty floral. Big giant building, exactly. So let's put that in there. So we get a little of that purple. So we've got a little bit of an idea. I don't know what I'm going to put over here yet. So let's flip this over. And we need to do something with this side. We need to make, you know, some kind of decoration in here. I could put down a, I've got just a piece of paper that we could just glue right over the top and be done with it and decorate it. I've got this little piece of blue. We could make a pocket over here. out of that blue. What do you think? So we have some colors. So let's put something colorful in here. How about... Oh, I know what we could do. I've got the Bella Rose. That's the small one. And I think I had the big one out here just a moment ago. Here it is. So we could stamp that. Let's make a couple of journal cards. Okay, I think I'm getting that idea. Love the blue. Okay. And how about something like that? And then we'll make a smaller journal card to go with it. Okay, so other than journaling, so I'm going to take this piece and fold over this edge because it's text weight paper, so it's not very strong across there. And let's measure this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches right at. I think that might work as a pocket for this. So here's what we're going to do. Is I want to stamp on this piece before I put it down. So I'm going to get the... Oh, I need this block. This is the Beach Rose. Let me find a scrap of paper. I need a scrap of paper. All right, so now I've got my archival ink. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go around the edge. And I'm just kind of rotating my stamp and paper. Okay. That was the fastest stamping ever, right? Okay. So now I've got that piece. I think I want to go to the sewing machine and stitch on top of that after I apply some distressings. You like the Garden Rose stamp? The Garden Rose is a pretty stamp too. All right, I think that's what I want to do. I want to stitch across this top edge because that's what we're doing today. We're stitching. Yeah, Beach Rose. I'm going to stitch across around this piece, which is going to be... Oh, no, I can stitch it to this because I haven't glued it down. Ha ha! Okay, so I'm going to fold this in half. And then I'm going to put this here. So we're going to stitch across here. Then I'm going to lay it on top of my page here. And then stitch around. And that's going to attach it to this piece that I'll then glue to the other piece. Okay? You had the wrong name. The Beach Rose. Gotcha. You're very welcome, Margarita. You're very welcome. All right. So we're going to stitch. Make sure I get the camera. We're going to stitch across this top portion, which is basically decorative, but I want the stitches there. And you can't very well stitch it if you got the pocket already sewn into place. Unless you want to sew your pocket to the page completely. All right. So then I'm going to take this piece and kind of eyeball it where I want it. So you get that floral. Uh-oh. I think I'm being messaged. Okay, so Robin has crashed. If she doesn't come back to the raffle, I think she just said to do... Let me go here. I can't read it now. She just crashed. I should have said squirrel for the raffle, so don't do the raffle till I get back. Okay, she's rebooting. All right, y'all enter the raffle while I sew this. The blue paper is Neurella's. Yes, that is Neurella's paper. And I think that's from the Flittering Gems set. The add-on papers. I love that paper. All right, All right, so we're going to stitch around here. And this was a mop-up paper that I made using my new, I think it's called Box Dot. I don't know. It's if you sort by latest, you'll see it. Okay, I like that. Let's come back over here. Feeling generous today. All right, so if that's going to go here, we're just going to get our page back. So we're going to have this guy over here, like that. And I could, in theory, make this another pocket. We could use it, because this has got 2 layers. Let's add another layer of paper right here. So I'm just going to come over here to my scrap bin. I'm going to cut a 1-inch strip. I'm going to glue it on the back side here. Now, let's see. I think that's what I want to do, is we will glue this down across the top and bottom, and this whole piece will be glued down into place. So we're going to start here. I could make it a pocket that loads from the top. I don't know. But it's so deep that something would get lost in there. Okay, I'm lining it up with the edge of my page as best I can. Sometimes it goes wonky. Just pressing it into place. All right, then we're going to flip this back. And we're going to put glue across here and here. And then this is where you could, again, have made another flip if you wanted to, because it's hinged now. You could have put another piece on here. And so actually this would have been, 2 separate pages if you wanted. But we're going to go this way. Okay, so I got this guy was going to go in that pocket. It fell out when we were flipping around. Okay, this goes over here. This goes this way. And my page isn't glued. There. Just gotta gently help it along its way. Alright, so my edge is sticking out. They didn't quite match up perfectly. That's okay. So there's this side. So how about we've got the smaller beach rose. Maybe we need a little piece of color, and I haven't used one yet, so I might as well do it now. Y'all want them. I know you do. I have a, how about a doily? A doily, oh my goodness. All right, let's spray it. Let's try it with this pink. and a little bit of walnut gold. So put a little bit of brown in it, and let's dry it real fast. I lost you a long time ago. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't miss much. All right, we're almost done with this page. And then I've already got a bunch of pages already made. I have one more thing I want to show you. It is a bright pink, ain't it? It is a bright pink. Notebooks full of quotes. They're kind of fun. Okay, so I think I like that. So let's just do a little piece of this doily. I think I like that. And then I have some of Norella's words. This was from her I Am set. And I happened to just cut them all up. I have positive. So what I'm kind of playing around with how I've got this set up. So what if we did, oh, I got a little piece of denim. I like that. It's just a scrap of denim laying here. Look at that. So let's go here and have this peeking out. All right, I think I got it. You see my little composition? All right, so we're going to glue this down here. And then I want to glue that piece. There we go. So I've just put a little glue right on the back side. So then I could come in here and add some dots. And let's put that right here. What do you think? Miss the chat, trying to join when you can. We're glad you're here, Sophia. All right, is Robin back yet? Are we still waiting on Robin? All right, I'm going to put this right here. I kind of like that. You like it? This was where I colored in with some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists to get that color. So that's on my page here. And then this is going to be the next page. So it's a little bit different. And then when you flip this over, we have this side. So let's put something right here. I've got some more of this left. And I've got another word. So let's do, oh yeah, we've got successful. Okay, I like that. And I think I have another one of these beach roses. I do, I have another one. Okay. Oh, and I have some of this denim. We'll just repeat it. Why not? If it works once, it's okay if it's on there twice. All right, I want that there. So I need a little like that. Okay. So we're going to glue this piece down on top of here. And then we're going to put a little glue on the back. And then kind of figure out how I want this piece. Okay. And then we're going to glue the whole thing. You're back, Robin. Okay, yay! Thank you, Deborah. Is that cute? Just kind of using what I have here on my desk. Yes, it could go in with the Alice stamps. Larry, I'm late. I'm late. I'm late for a very important date. Well, I'm glad you're here, Barb. You like the library one? We can stamp that one real fast. I think I saw a piece of paper I could use. Okay. So, I'm not going to put anything on this side, but see, now we have where we could write on here if we want, or add some interest to that. You can write on the back side, but we need a little something across here. Let's see what we've got. How about do we want to put another little pocket thing? Or I saw some of the big words. Maybe one of these would be good. Oh yeah, how about this? Imagine successful. How's that? And then let's put, oh, you know what? We can use what's left of this doily. Like that. What do you think? I like it, whether you do or not. Whether you do or not. All right, so we're going to make a couple of journal cards. And I've got a tag thing that I want to make. So I'm about the point. Now, you ready for me to do the raffle? All right, let's get in on the raffle. You love it? We all love it. Thank you, Barb. All right. So this is the page when you open it up. This is going to be my center of the journal. So we need some stuff to go in here. I've got some things to go in here. This has got the Alice in Wonderland. And then, oh, it got folded. It's a faux envelope. So I took a mop-up page and apparently glued it shut. Dang it. Okay, there we go. Smooth it back out. Stamped on it. Made a little envelope looking thing. So a different way of journaling. And then this is one of my mixed media tags that I made a long time ago, and I turned it to a digital download. Squirrel! Squirrel! Alright, so that'll be there. So I need to make some journal cards to go here. I don't think we need a journal card spot there. Just right here, right? Isn't that where we're at? Yeah, okay. Alright, do the raffle! Oh, good gosh. Alright, let's pick a winner. Who gets the random papers, stuff, and stuff? So that winner is Giovanna! Congratulations! You won my little bag of goodies. Alright, so let me get another raffle. Oh, here we go. Reset. Alright, so y'all are going to think this is weird, but many years ago, I took a bunch of envelopes and I spent the time printing each one with the letter on it. And then every once in a while, when I felt like it, I would cut out letters out of magazines. Some of these have letters in them, like this one is completely empty, because I just started doing it. And then I quickly abandoned the whole idea because it was just going to be too time consuming for me to cut out that many of the letters. So I'm going to pass this along. You get the ring so you can have it put together. And I thought it'd be perfect for somebody, you know, that does spend the time to cut up magazines and newsletters and books and whatever's, newspapers for the letters, that you could just put the letters in each one. So if you like to collage words, you've got it. You could even add some envelopes that say particular words. So, yeah, was I planning a ransom note? Yes, Norella, that's what it was. And I didn't have to do it after all. No. No, I was thinking, you know, whenever I'm doing collage art or when I was making some things, I wanted letters to pop out on the page, but I didn't have access to letters. I don't get new magazines. So it was coming really hard and frustrating, so I give up on that. So, but it's a bright idea. Yeah, I thought it was a great idea. You love the pocket, Janice? Thank you so much. All right, so let's make a couple of cards here. And I think I have this card. It's just a big card. And what do I have? Oh, here's some pink paper. Maybe if we did a little strip, let's kind of block it off there. So if we did a strip of that paper on there, I could stamp the little card. I've got a little scrap of paper here. So let's stamp it and we'll collage that on there. So this is my tiny little postcard rubber stamp. I have a new line of rubber stamps in my shop, if y'all didn't know. And I'm stamping this on a piece of oatmeal packaging. I thought that might look kind of cute. It gives it a little bit of thickness, kind of the thickness of a real postcard. So, what if we did that? And this is going to go on here. Maybe we can stamp some flower behind it. And I've got a little piece of this fabric that we could put with it. I think that's what we should do. So that can go right there. See how this is coming together? Okay, so I'm going to cut a 1-inch strip of this piece. Okay. You like it? Cute! Thank you, Julie. All right, so I'm just going to line this up here. And I'll just eyeball it from the back side. Alright, so if we have this guy and this guy on here, what else do we need? I used the rest of the doilies. We don't have that. But let's add some texture by doing some distressing. Hey, Rhonda! I know I haven't mailed your package yet. I hope to do that tomorrow. I had not had a good week last week. I've been having a headache every day. Did y'all see my paper making tutorial? I did finally get that edited, and I've made 2 more tutorials that are just some tutorials I thought I'd share with y'all, and I hope to get those edited and up later this week. I have been working on the postage rubber stamps too. It's 3 weeks later, you finish it. Oh, gotcha. Well, thanks for being here, Ada. You like the little mini postcard? Love that mini postcard. Thank you so much, Sam. All right, so if I put this, it's a book page that I took some acrylic paint, just kind of swashed over the page just a little bit. And then I sprayed it with some Tattered Angels. I think we need to stamp in the background behind this, and it can be stamped on top of this. So I'm going to go ahead and glue as soon as I find my glue. Really? Okay, that's just weird. Why can't... Oh, it's laying down. Ah. Typing too quick. Mini postcard. I don't know. It didn't come together. I didn't see it. I didn't see enough of the message in one place. All right, so let's stamp. And do we want to stamp like the postcard collage? Because I kind of like that look. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I've got the postcard collage. And I want this little swirly part of it to kind of be seen. So that's the Beeline, oops, Beeline Designs one. Okay, yeah, I like that. Just kind of gives it a little texture. And then when we put this down on top, we just got that neat little look. I know what she said. She's an typo interpreter. She know what she said. Or was it the mini postcard? I also have a mini library card. Okay, I like it. So we used some of the fabric that was on the cover inside the journal. See what I did there? All right, so that's going to go in here. And I think what we need to do is grab a piece of paper. And we're going to stamp the library card. As soon as I find my block. So the library card was made because I did not ever find library cards out in the real world. And I've always wanted some. And some of y'all said, well, why don't you just make one? And I'm like, well, duh. So I have two styles. One that's called library card. One's called library card number 2. Library card number 2 is made with the Love Ya Like a Sister font. That's the font that I use on my website. If you get the fonts. Okay. This is a watercolor paper, so it's kind of bumpy. But I like it, so let's just cut one out. I didn't make an outer frame around the library card. I thought that way you kind of have a choice. You can make your own border. You could cut it right even. But it is 3.5 inches. I think that's whatever the standard library card is. I made sure I measured and that it was the right size. All right, so I just cut that out real fast. It looks like I missed one side. Completely. There we go. Library card like that. Boom. Thank you, Robin. To get 1,000,000 junk bugs. Magic decoder ring. Let's stamp the beach rose on here. Yeah, I think so. I think we should do that. Oh, well, let's do the wildflowers. I like the wildflowers one. It's one of my favorites. And it was on my desk. And we want it to have an eclectic look, so here we go. So now we got the little wildflowers, so you can color that in if you want. Should I add a title? Let's add a title. Da, 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 da. Let's find the titles. How about live your best life or to-do list? I think it'll fit, barely. I think to-do list. Let's put to-do list on there. Because this is supposed to be the planner, right? To-do list. You like so many stamps. Thank you, Sam. All right, so I'm going to have my head in the shot for a moment. And yeah, right about there. To-do list. What do you think, y'all? All right, so we did the to-do list. And that's going to go right there. Okay. All right, what time is it? 5:30. I need to make one more thing because I wanted to. It should go pretty quick. Okay. So here's what I've got. I've got a tag. It's a Calico Collage, Grandma's Garden. And then I have some mop-up papers that I cut to be the same size as my tag. You with me so far? Close up makes your hair look red. My hair does look red. I know it is because it's kind of red. So I've got these 3 pieces, okay? I think what I want to do real fast is find my rubber stamp I just had. And we're going to stamp in this corner here. Whoop. The beach rose. Well, let's kind of go like that. I'm going to flip it over and then stamp it in the other side. And then set this aside. And we're going to stamp it. And flip it over. And stamp it. And then we're going to stamp it. And flip it over. And stamp it. Did I do that one too? Yes. No. No. Okay. So now I've got my tag face down. I've got my mop-up papers. And what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of glue right across the top. And we're going to line this up on our little tag here and press that into place. And I'm going to, whoops, stay. I'm going to do that again. And we're going to do it one more time to get all of our pieces lined up. So we're stacking all these pages. We're now creating a tag booklet, okay? So that you have these little pages. And I made it so that if you look at it from this way, or if you look at it from this way, you've got some interest, okay? So, yeah, copy paper, just my mop-up pages that I make is what that is. Yeah. Yeah, that was my mop-up papers. That's all. So, I have these 2 tags, and I went ahead and I made to-do list, and I thought that would look kind of cute, gluing across the front there. So I just stamped that onto a scrap of paper and then sewed it to the fabric. And now what I'm going to do is I want to put these about that far apart. And I've got a little piece of fabric here. I think what I want to do is I'm folding it in half. Yeah, so let's just cut this the same width here. I need to change my scissors. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to stitch across here. But I think I want to do it from, yeah, I want to do it from the inside. Yeah. So I'm going to put some glue there and some glue there. Trying to get it half and half. And I'm going to go to the sewing machine here in a second. And we're going to stitch right across the top here. Let's kind of get that glue. So we're going to stitch right across here. Yeah, exactly. Use those prints that you've been making. I've got a whole stack of them. That's why I decided to do this. All right, so I'm just going to stitch across. And I'll flip it around. And I stitched on both sides. Okay, so now that I've made this, I've got this little flip book, okay? And here's how I can use it if I want. I can fold it over the page. So if I'm working in my journal and this is my to-do list, I can just put it over today's page. Okay? And then you go to your next page that you need to put it on. Okay? You like all these ideas? All right, so I need to make one more journal card, maybe two. So I think I need one right here. So I've got this stamp. Let's see here. Do I have a color I want to use? Ooh, what if we did this bright pink? Did a bright pink. Will that fit on there? It will fit on there. Let's do that. Ooh, let's do some bright pink. This is my new curly swirly frame, I think. Swirly frame? I don't know. Flourished frame. It's a frame. Type in frame. You'll find it. Alright, so I'm going to stamp it a little bit away from the edge. And again, you just want to push it straight down. You might want this one too. Yeah, this is the other little journal line stamp. I kind of like it. I think what I want to do though, as I did this on another card, is I want to cut this out. Just kind of pretending like I'm following the design. It adds a little interest. And if you accidentally rock the stamp and end up with an outline, you can do this. I'm not saying that's what caused me to do this, but oh. So we changed the whole shape of that. Yeah, just a little spot. Oh, I'm so glad to have you here, Marie. All right, so there's that stuck in there. So we get a little pop of pink up here and a little pop of pink down there. Pop of pink. Pop of pink. I think maybe, yes, I'm going to trim this straight because, you know, we don't want to create more junk that we have to deal with. I want to get rid of some of this stuff, y'all. All right, so that was my curly swirly. Here is my checkoff list rubber stamp. I haven't used it in a while online for y'all. So there's my checkoff list. And so I'm just going to kind of position it somewhat in the center down towards the bottom and stamp. Ta-da! And then my poor crocodile. I was sitting here and I hear a crash and my crocodile fell on the floor, and so I had to glue my wing back on my crocodile. So these can't fold in anymore. Fold in your wings on your crocodile. Lots of great ideas. Pink. Papa pink, mama blue. You feel like all your grams are friends with all your channel. All right, I like that. So, oh, we've got now do we need to just do I am enough? I kind of like that with the stark white on there. I like it. I'm just going to do that. We're just going to do it. So keeping it really simple, just stamping on colored paper. I was going to use the butterfly, but I think we'll use it differently. Maybe we'll put it down here. And I think we'll put this right here. Okay? That bright pop of pink. And let's put this here. And maybe like a little label there. I could stamp the word journal on it. I think it may need... What if we did... Let's see if this works. My idea is I'm going to grab my journal stamp. Let's do this one. And I've got a little scrap of paper here. I think that will fit where there's not any text on this little scrap. This is from my journal quartet number 2. This is my version. The other is Beverly's version. Yeah. Okay. I didn't get it very straight, so we're gonna wing it. We're gonna kind of cut it by hand a little bit, maybe a little jagged, because we're using scraps. And then we need to stamp the background of that. Yeah, that's what we need to do. So we're going to take this piece. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And somewhere there's a rubber stamp that has fled. Using the beach rose again. So I'm just trying to show you, I'm using the same stamp, yes, but if you have a different stamp or you like some of the other flowers, go after those, of course. I kind of like that. And then maybe we'll put this little butterfly. Okay. You can do wing it. We're just winging it. Just wing it. And I could, in theory, we could make this a secondary pocket just by gluing the sides and the bottom instead of gluing the whole thing down. Okay. And I'm going to put, so this goes this way. I'll put this right here. Like it? How's that? Good? I hope you like it. Oh, here we got a little rose. That goes. Yay! Okay, so I showed y'all some stamping, making the edge. We talked about making these envelopes. So here is an alternate way of adding writing space other than a journal card. Of course, then I also showed you a journal card. And then this is a big pocket, so we haven't put anything in there, so I don't think I'm going to have time today. And then here's a notepad, a way of putting additional writing space. We made a journal card, and then I just stamped the library card. It's so feminine looking. We don't have a decoration over here, so maybe we should put something on that side. And I did I am enough. What could we put over here? Gypsy Soul. Wanderlust. Maybe. What other word do I have that I can use? Ba, ba, ba. Powerful. I am enough. Powerful. How's that? Powerful. That's what we're going to do. Whether you want to or not. Because this is going to be the dead center of our journal. I think I like this composition. Did I use all the butterflies? Oh, I have one more. I have another butterfly. All right, we're going to glue this down on the other side, and then we're going to put our journal together. I think I've done enough today. It needs to be even. Oh, peel one of the butterfly stickers from the page. No, I want to save that for y'all. We're just making a little collage. And we'll get a bling. Don't worry. Big giant bling. I got one. There. Big giant bling. Alrighty. Let's put this journal together because I have to go to the restroom. Clean it up a little bit. Get some of this stuff out of the way so I can use it another day. Okay. Let's go up there. I need this guy. I had another idea of something I wanted to do, but that's not going to happen today, so I'm not even going to tell you about it. That's mean, isn't it? Alright, getting my needle out. Getting my pokey tool. I'm getting all the tools that I need. Alrighty, so let's go through. I know I want this to be the dead center of my journal, so we're going to put that over here. And then I made a couple of pages, like for example, this is some fancy mulberry paper that's kind of see-through. So I just made it into a pocket page. I didn't really embellish it other than adding the pockets on here. So there's a pocket here. And then I just put some cards that I had in my stash, trying to be different. This is another journaling spot. It's a envelope that I just distressed and covered up and then put one of Norella's cards inside of. So let's put this over here. I'm going to wait to put this guy in until the end. I've just got a half sheet of paper I folded. These are some of Norella's, oh, it's a kit that she was going to discontinue, and I think she ended up doing Sweet Elegance. And it was printed as a 5x7 way back, and I just hadn't used the pages. And so I went ahead and added some stenciling. That's my new Mandela stencil, Star Mandela. So I've got a couple of those pages. Here's another one. So I kind of call these half sheet pages. So I've got some half sheet pages. I've got another scrapbook paper. This is using the Romantic Swirl. And then I used the new Deco Flowers stencil. And then I used the same butterfly on a scrap of paper to make it look like a little label. Pokey tool, technical term. Big giant bling again. Here is where I did the same journaling card, but on ivory paper. Thank you, Sherry, for your donation. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Margie, for your donation. Thank you. Yes, it's one of your older kids. And I've had the pages forever and hadn't done anything. And I thought, well, I'll just kind of stick it in here. Yeah, it's really pretty. So I just kind of made a few things that I had in my stash. And then I've got one of my handmade papers, and I added some more of that fabric to the inside. And this is from some tags that Norella made for me for the Linda's Wisdom. That's in my shop. And these are some of Norella's words, and that's from the Purple Elegance. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have a couple more pages that I'll grab over here. So these are my planner pages that are upside down. So I happen to have these planner pages printed because I was going to do a custom journal for someone, and then her life circumstances changed, so she canceled her order, but I still had all these pages printed. So I'm just kind of looking at, okay, I think I want that one first, and then this one, and then this one. How I want to put this together. All right, so I think I want to get a couple more pages here because I don't have a lot of pink other than the first one. These were teal, so I've got a pink page I made the other day. So we're going to put that in here. Yeah. I'm putting more pages than I probably normally would, but I kind of like that idea. So maybe one more page. I said maybe. Here we go. For a planner, we could have pretty much something that doesn't have a lot of extras. So the cover, this is my inner insert cover, is from the Flittering Gems kit. And I think that's from the Daydreaming add-on papers kit. And this is from the So Artsy kit. So I'm just going to go down the line and kind of grab pages here and get them layered up. I think I want this one here. Handmade paper. And we'll come back to a planner page. So these are my 3 printed pages, really, that are 8.5 by 11. And then this was a 5 by 7 journal. And I may change this. Let's see. Well, I don't know. That might work. Oh, thank you, Ada, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was trying to decide if I wanted to change that, but I think I like it this way better. And we're going to change something else. Okay, I want this one next to that one. So, how about if I do this next, then this one, then this half sheet, then this page, and then this page. So how it comes together with the pink on that side. And then we've got this. It's completely different. It's totally eclectic journal. It's out there. There's so much going on in here. All right. Thank you, Margarita. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You always remember how to remember the names? I'm usually pretty good. This is from a good book. I can't remember my rubber stamps I use half the time, but I can remember the digital kits. All right, so we're just going to make a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I know y'all wanted me to show you a different binding technique, but this is kind of the one that I like using. I'm comfortable with it, so there you go. Come in from this way. All right, so we're going to poke 3 holes through the cover with it V'd up. I've got a slower tutorial if you need to know how to do this binding, which is a pamphlet stitch. Hey, Amanda Dawn, hello. You came just in time to see the end, the final results. All right, so I'm going to do 3 times the height in wax linen thread to bind it. So here's what we got. I've got 2 different journals that at the end here, what's going to happen is the first winner gets to pick which journal they want, and then they also get the wraparound cover. More than likely, you're going to want the journal I made today, but that's up to you. You may want the other journal, which I'll flip through in just a moment. So get in on the last free raffle, which is for the alphabet envelopes that y'all can add your own stuff to it. It'd be a cute junk journal too. You could take my concept and put things that make you happy or good affirmations. I'm just tying this up, and we're going to cut this off. I'm running out of time. It is time. All right, I'm putting all my tools back in my bag. My little junk journal tools. All right, let me grab some bling. Or not bling, charms. I think I saw, I have like a little silver heart. And here's a silver flower. Let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to put this heart way up here. Tying a knot. Tying another knot. And I'll just kind of cut off the excess. If you want, you can take the time to put a drop of super glue on there. I don't. You know, generally you're not going to be playing with this like real jewelry. You may just see it in the journal. Okay, one more time. And then take that off. All right, so now I put bling. Oh my gosh. I did all kinds of things for y'all today. So like here's my to-do list that we can put right here. And then let me go here. I already stamped it earlier. I just haven't signed it. So let me get my pen so I can sign it. And this is 6 of 2021. Wow, this year has gone by so quickly. All right. Y'all ready? Bling charms are bling and you're okay. Good, good, good. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the raffle now. You got more beads, Rhonda? Oh my goodness. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the giveaway for the envelopes, and that winner is Tanya Chan. Congratulations. You won the little package of envelopes and with the ring so you can cut out your ransom letters. And these people have donated today. Barb Dingwell, Ada, Sherry, Margie, Rhonda, Margarita, Janice, Irma, Sam, Tanya, Nadine, Margie again, Morgan, and Norella. So we're going to start the last raffle. And this is for everyone that has donated today. I believe we are doing 2 journals. Is that what I saw? I haven't looked at the numbers. So we're going to reset. Robin will say here in just a moment. So those people who have donated can now enter the raffle. All right. It's funny because I should have swapped covers, but I was using what I had, okay? So here is the journal that we made today, or a planner. This is Grandma's Garden that we made a little flippy. And then the So Artsy kit. This is from Norella's little botanical postcards, I believe. Ransom letters. Go get some Dawn soap. This is from Charming Forest, I think. And then I use my rubber stamps. kind of stamped around the edge. Sweet elegance here. I kind of like what I chose. It kind of goes. And I like that it's printed at a different size, so you get that interest in your journal. I'm going to try to use more of those now. I've got several cut, or several printed, that I need to trim out. Scrapbook paper. I was trying, that was another goal of mine. I didn't get this one straight, but that's okay. I was using up some of my scrapbook paper, and this was just a journal card that, or note card that someone had given me, or I purchased as a pack. I don't know. Card that I made a while back. Some of Norella's ephemera. I just shrunk the little cards smaller when I print them. You'll bathe in some Dawn dish soap. And then this was some stationery. And this is where I had sprayed a different journal card on top. And then here's where we made this little collage. So when you take all the stuff out, you still have a pretty page. And then we added all these layers of goodies. I didn't put a tassel on there. You can do that. There's a pocket here we didn't do anything with. If I find something before I leave here today, I'll put it in there. And then we made these cards. I already had this made, and I have this one. I could put one more in here. Let's look to see what I have, what I could use. Oh, here we go. It was a little floral postcard. And remember, this could also be a tuck spot up here if you would like to have that postcard look like it's coming out from the top. You can post it there. And then this flips out. Oh, I got it caught. Oh, that's okay. We got it. And so we have writing space back here. You have this area. You can write in there. Only good girls keep diaries. Bad girls don't have time. You like the different size? Yeah, it's kind of fun, isn't it? Thank you, Margarita. And then here is a envelope that I decorated and just put one of Norella's images inside there. Did Norella have to leave, or did she get in on the raffle? I mean, she did donate $25, so. And then I used one of the postcards here. And that's another one of the pockets from a good book. Let's find another card we can stick in there. How about, I like that. And make your own magic. There. Let's kind of add a little bit more to it. It says Heavenly. Some more of Norella's printed. And here I had a bunch that I printed on lightweight paper, and then I just stitched it on top. One of faux postages. Yes, okay, you're here. This was just a journal card, notepad type thing. Here it is. I have this whole pad of cardstock. And so I've just been trying to grab some. And I think what I want to do is let's do one more. Let's find a different, maybe this rose pattern. That'll work. And I'm going to round the corners. And I was trying to make this belly band hold, but it doesn't seem to be holding that card very well. I'm going to apply some Distress ink. To the back if you want. All right, so we've got a couple of cards here, but they're sliding around. It's wobbly. It's annoying. So I'm going to grab a paper clip. I just happened to see this little piece of music fabric. So I'm just going to tie a knot. Maybe I'll tie two. It'll kind of stand up. And I just tied it onto a paper clip. So now I can take this little guy and that clips it into place. Okay. More ideas for you. This is a bunch of watercolor paper that I got from Canvas Corp Brands. So there's the planner journal. And then here is just a regular journal. So I guess we'll say you want the planner, or do you want the butterfly bird journal? So I did some of Grandma's Gardens on the inside, some of, what is this one? Daydreaming and Charming Forest. What's the other? Serendipity, maybe? Thank you. So this is the second journal. And I had to take it apart and put it back together because I put in one of the pages upside down when I bound it. Got bright sunflower page. Glittering gems. This was the page that was upside down. I was like, man. So basically this is the journal, the second journal that I made a couple of weeks ago. And I finally put a cover on it. I was going to keep it, but y'all found out that I had a second journal. So Margie's like, you don't get to keep the second journal ever. More journal cards. You like that idea? Just putting a quick on there? Yeah, it's just easy. This one doesn't have journal charms in it, but it has pockets and more. Oh my. Just seeing the differences from week to week. Trying to do something fun. Sunflowers. Okay. All right. So, and then we have the cover. So what you're going to do is you're going to shout out which journal you want, and then you'll put it in the cover. Does that make sense? So the first person is getting the cover. Just tell me which journal you want. Okay. And then the second person gets the other journal. Thank you so much. Well, at least not if Margie knows. Thank you so much, Ada. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's make sure. Thanks for subscribing as well. I greatly appreciate you subscribing. We got Irma, Sam, Sherry, Janice, Tanya, Margie, Norella, Morgan, Nadine, Ada, Rhonda, and Barb. Is that everybody? Margarita? Margarita, get in on the... Oh, you are. Okay, I see you. Margarita, Marge, Tanya is in there. Yep, yep, yep. Barb. I guess everybody's in. Janice. Did I say Janice? Yep, okay. Everybody's in there. All right, we're ready. Smoochy Junkie Joe. Me, me, me. You're funny, Sam. All right, pick a first winner. The first winner is Sam Spade. She called it. She begged it. All right, do you want the planner journal that I made today, or do you want the journal from a couple of weeks ago? Yay! It worked! Oh, that's funny. Good girl. Do you want the planner? You want today's journal in your cover? And you get the pen. I was going to make one more thing, and I didn't get there. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I've got to undo this. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I'm really trying to use up some of my stuff. I may do the Norella's new pansy kit because it intrigues me. It kind of depends on how I feel. I may need to get my other glasses because I can't see. No, the older one. Okay, you want the butterfly broom? Okay, from a couple weeks ago. All right, so she wants this one. She didn't want the planner. So she's getting the butterfly journal. All right, so let's pick the winner of the planner journal. And the winner of the planner journal is... Norella! Congratulations, Norella! You won the planner journal! Yay! Well, that's good because I haven't sent your box yet. Your box is getting full, Norella. I've been collecting things to send to Norella. She asked me for a few items that she could create with, and then she wouldn't let me send them to her. She gave me a gift card. So I'm really trying to put a lot of cool things in her box. And then I just haven't felt good. All right, so we're untying this. What? Yay! Yay! So Norella won today's planner. Yay! You're very welcome. Yay! Yeah, it matches the journal cover. I know. I know. I was just trying to use what I had. Okay? All right, I think I got the knot out. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. You love all the ideas. Thank you, Robin. All right, so I'm going to tie this again, but not so tight. Not so loose. All right, let's see if we got it. Yay! All right, so we're just going to take this and I'll slip this into the journal cover. I'll trim off this excess on here so you can see what it looks like in the journal cover. I'm going to trim off some of this excess so it's not sticking out. Okay, so then you've got your pen here. You can wrap that around, and it's big enough in the spine that you'll be able to, if you want, to add 2 more journals to that. Okay, so there you go, Sam. Don't you have one of my other journals like this? If so, you can put it inside there. How's that? All right. Oh, you'll be sending me a sample for the next sub box. Whoop, whoop. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Love the journal cover. Thank you, Marie. Yeah, please leave some comments down below. Share this video with your friends if you found this fun. I mean, I know we're all over the place, and this is just a different nature of video, of tutorials. Yes, there's chatter, and we're getting together and hanging out. That's kind of what we want to think about. This is just a jam session where we're thinking about thoughts and whatnot. So it's a different style. If you want some of my recorded, clean-cut tutorials, do check those out as well. All right, make sure you leave comments for me. Give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. The next theme is going to be Garden Tea Party. Garden Tea Party. So it's kind of a little bit more of this feminine and fun and colorful. So yeah, it's gonna, you should like it. I hope. I got the colors picked. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm gonna get off here, everybody, and Henry should be home soon. We'll have some dinner. He may have had to make a stop to get him some soda pop because I drink it all. He's probably not listening. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I appreciate your thoughts and prayers, and I hope you enjoy your journal, Sam and Norella. I may make something for Norella's cover. Now that I've made one, I may go ahead and make one for her. Alrighty, y'all, see you Monday. I'll probably, I don't know, maybe another eclectic journal. It may be the pansy. I don't know. It just depends on my mood. I'm still trying to clean up my room, so we'll see. You're very welcome, everybody. Have an amazing week and weekend. Thank you so very much. Y'all have a great week. Take care, everybody. Do go to the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. Check it out. We'd love to see what you're working on today. Y'all have a great day. Bye, everybody.